The key to the future of this industry is that people learn it's a great industry to grow a career. I have 3 accelerators in the program that I put in. All 3 of them are here this week. They're so excited to have the access to people that they've only read about or seen in Nation's Restaurant News.
Yes.
And to walk up to them and say, tell me your story. Tell me how you got where you're at.
Welcome to the Prosper Brief. Today we're joined by Michael Beacham of California Pizza Kitchen, whose journey from housekeeping to leading global hospitality brands highlights the power of empathy and resilience. Let's dive into his insights on leadership and fostering a culture of care.
So hi, thank you. Welcome to the Prosper Brief.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
I am Michael Beacham, and I'm with California Pizza Kitchen.
Awesome. And I'm Justine Malama. We're obviously so grateful to have you here. We really want to hear your overall story, your journey into food service hospitality.
I think it's probably not much different than many people in this room,
That's what it
where
sounds like.
I had no intention of ever going into hospitality.
Okay.
And I was in military academy. My alumni sponsor was a guy who, to me, was just some nice older gentleman that would take me to dinner once a year and talk to me about leadership. And his name was Bill Tiefel. He was the CEO of Marriott.
Okay.
And so I went off to college and was off to the Army and was going to have a military career. And I started looking for a job during the summer.
Okay.
And worked in a hotel, and he got wind of that, and he said, no, if you're going to work in the hotel business, you have to work at Marriott.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to be in the front office with a suit and all that, because I knew the CEO, and he sent me to the LaGuardia Marriott to be in the housekeeping department.
Oh.
It was the first hotel
Wow.
for Marriott that would have ever gone union.
Okay.
And I worked 16 hours a day, didn't leave the hotel for months. I pulled my own tooth because I didn't have time to go to the dentist.
No.
And
Stop.
I managed the department during the day, and I'd clean 10 rooms at night because I didn't have enough staff. But I learned very quickly. I think I had 20 different countries, cultures working in that housekeeping department.
That's incredible.
That if you wanted to succeed, you needed to get the team to understand that you cared.
Okay.
You knew who they were, and you understood their cultures and who their children were, and what the challenges they had. And
that's amazing.
From that point on, I've never left the hospitality industry.
Okay. And now is that philosophy something you carry with you today?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate that every company I've been at, I have some of the same team members that follow me from company to company. So
good.
Either I owe them money or I'm doing something right and
Maybe
making them understand that I care.
Okay, that's amazing. And now you said your mom, because both your parents were not in hospitality.
No.
So was
we did
your
have a family
mom-
restaurant. My uncles did.
Okay,
yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Because I feel like on stage, or when we were in the accelerator program, everyone was like, yeah, if you went home and told your parents you're going to be in hospitality or in the food service restaurant or industry, they'd be like, no, you're just going to be bussing tables. Did your mom have any particular response, or she was just happy you're making money?
Just happy that I was out doing something. And, my family came over from Italy in the 40s.
Okay.
And opened up a wine store and a restaurant, and you couldn't get a liquor license as an Italian back then.
Okay.
So they had to change their name.
Okay.
So that family restaurant is no longer there, but the wine store is now 84 years in operation. My cousins operated in New Jersey. So
incredible.
Yep. So I've always had a little taste of it, but no, I had no intention of being in this industry.
Yeah.
And once you're in, and it's either in your blood or you're not.
Yeah.
And if you're not, every time you leave, you end up coming back.
Yes. Okay. So I actually was in software sales for 11 years. Mm-hmm. So I just joined Prosper end of February. Obviously grew up, my dad's David Job, grew up going to restaurant leadership conference, grew up in it.
Your dad's an icon. So that's why I've known your dad for a very long time.
I know. Everyone's like, why did it take you so long? And now obviously being here, you're just like, you definitely get sucked in. It's such a different environment as far as the relationships. I think something else I've noticed is as much as there's hierarchy, it feels very welcoming and not intimidating. Like getting this opportunity to speak with you. I just feel like in the tech industry, that wasn't as prevalent. And I just think it's incredible that I get this opportunity and that everyone's here today, like willing to bring up the next generation. So speaking on that, what are your thoughts on Accelerator and or motivating the next generation?
I think it's fantastic. The key to the future of this industry is that people learn it's a great industry to grow a career. I have 3 accelerators in the program that I put in. All 3 of them are here this week. They're so excited to have the access to people that they've only read about or seen in Nation's Restaurant News.
Yes.
And to walk up to them and say, tell me your story. Tell me how you got where you're at. And there is absolutely no limits in this industry. If you work hard and you care and you take care of your people and you invest in them, they boost you up and you're going to continue to achieve different heights.
Yeah.
And it's a very close-knit industry in that everybody seems to know each other. We've all worked with each other at one point or another. But at the same time, everybody's so open to new people coming in and learning and wanting to get to know, not only you as a person, but what you do and how you do it.
Yeah. So I feel like that is a common theme that everyone is kind of telling us of work hard. With different generations, different ideas of what working hard means. Like, what would you say that means? What does it mean for today versus maybe you growing up in the industry, like 16 hours? What would you say to someone as far as like what that actually means?
I mean, a lot of things have changed since then.
Yes.
So, there's the work hard, work smart balance.
Okay,
good. It is still a hardworking industry.
It is.
It's you'll hear it over and over again that if you find something you love, you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about it, you're coming in and you're surrounded by your work family and you're excited. I'm very fortunate that I have my whole family here on this trip. And on a lot of my conferences, I get to bring my family or they're in the restaurants but all of the rest of the friends that I've built in this industry are also my family. So if you ask me how many hours a week I work, I couldn't tell you because I don't feel like I'm working. I feel guilty sometimes.
I know. It's actually so interesting because, again, coming from tech, I feel like I had great boundaries. And now there's definitely a sense of this community and interpersonal relationships that, as you said, it kind of bleeds into family, bleeds into life, and it flows in such an incredible way. So speaking of family, is any of your family involved in the restaurants today?
So I had a short stint of where I went and invested in a very large restaurant, 25,000 square foot.
Wow.
Performance hall, live dinner theater, and both my kids were in their teenage years, so they got to work there. Then when I went to run Reef, my son came, worked for us, and went and opened up the Dubai market at 18 years old.
Wow.
So he has the bug.
Incredible.
And he was working the I last night and meeting people.
Yes, I saw him. He's quite charismatic.
He's a senior at University of Miami, and
he is.
Yeah, so I can see him following in footsteps.
Yeah.
My daughter's a film student, so I think she's going to go that path. And then my youngest one was working the room last night too, so we'll see how she does.
She was. Yeah. How did she end up doing after your speech? It was amazing. I mean, she didn't skip a beat on stage and then had energy to run around dinner.
And for the whole night, and then back home she was still running around. So
good. Well, and what motivated you to share your story? Last night was so incredible, emotional. It was such a journey, and we are so grateful for positive outcome and that you were willing to share your story. I mean,
I can't tell you how many people came up to us and had a story and said, thank you for telling that. 5 years ago, this is what happened to me.
Yes.
Or 10 years ago, this is what happened to us. And I thought it was really important that the leaders in the room understand that it could be anybody.
Yes.
And you really need to keep your ear to the ground and know when your people and your organization are facing challenges in their personal lives to step up and support. If the companies that Allison and I worked for didn't 100% say, you do what you have to do.
Yeah,
We
I
slept
got you.
186 nights in a hospital.
Right.
We handled our jobs, but we did it off a Zoom or in the lobby or
I mean, it's
every day the meetings
incredible.
were in the hospital.
Right.
So that's the loyalty that you show your people, and the loyalty that you then have to your employer.
Yes.
When they show you that they see you beyond an employee and an employee number.
Yes. And give that, space to be
Yeah.
going through hard times, being a parent. Yeah, really, that story was just so incredible. It really moved everyone, I think. I myself have 4 children.
Wow.
Yes. So I just think it touched everyone's lives. And I think, too, everybody wants to be able to do it all, right? Be a present parent while still chasing their career. So do you have advice on that? I know you and your wife touched on it, but would love to hear it.
I think the most important thing is to be proud that you are. Like it's, I had someone come up to me the other day and said, I was going to stay till Wednesday. He goes, I changed my flight because my daughter's starting kindergarten.
Oh.
He goes, and I watched you guys talk, and I went, what the hell am I doing?
Oh.
And so you've got to be proud.
Amazing.
Work hard at home, work hard at work, be proud of both,
Yep.
and be present at both.
Yes.
And, that's the most important thing, is to be able to say, I can't miss this. This is a once in a lifetime event, because you never know the day you wake up and realize you may not have it again.
Right.
And so, for us, we got that chance.
Yes.
We got the chance to be faced with the fact that we may lose our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a single day that we don't appreciate every little moment.
Yes.
And there's also nothing else in life that bothers us now, because we realize that most things in life are not that important.
Yes.
What's most important is right in front of you, and you got to make sure you keep eyes on that.
Incredible. So having gone through that journey, how would you say it changed you as a leader and, approaching the business world?
Unquestionably. I think I'm much more, I listen to my people, to what's going on in their lives. If you have highly motivated, happy people who have balance and can understand how much you appreciate them, they're in for the long run, and they're going to put 110%. But it doesn't have to be in the way that you used to look. It's not, it's this hour to that hour and this hour to hour. Something's going to go.
Yeah.
So, it's whenever I have any of our business functions, and it's not bringing in, 10 of work people and having a dinner, it's bring your spouses.
Yeah.
Get each other to know each other, because you work so hard so many hours.
Yes.
They have to know why and who you're with and what you're doing, and appreciate that you're part of something bigger. You're part of a team that cares about each other, that loves each other, and wants to support and grow together.
Right. That's incredible. And I think also when people feel that from their leader, they feel safe, right? They feel they can be open. I know for myself, being in tech, when so my husband's in medical sales, I was in software sales, and it felt like our 4th kid was like the detriment to our career. Where being in the hospitality industry, it's like, yes, us too. Bring the kids, bring the family. How can we help? So it's just incredible to blur those lines and enjoy doing it.
You've got to laugh at yourself. You've got to, not try to play an image or role of something that you're not.
Yeah.
Just work hard, care about people, do the right thing, and everything works out.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. It's humility, and it's vulnerability, and it's about understanding that people aren't looking at you like you're this rock that you're stoic and always pushing. Everybody has what they have going on in their life.
Yeah.
And the more you share that's okay, and the more people are willing to step in and support you and boost you up, and then you bring them up with you.
Yeah. And speaking of your journey with your daughter, how did you feel supported by your CPK family? Like anything else specific aside from being able to work from the hospital?
I I was at Earl at the time, which
Okay.
I'm on the Earl's board.
Okay.
So
My apologies.
they were phenomenal. Robert Earl is actually Maddie's godfather.
Oh,
So, but
incredible.
there was Robert, who is a phenomenal leader, and he's tough. He is an industry icon, but looked at me and said, "You do what you have to do. I don't care about anything else." And he'd send food over to the hospital for the nurses, and
Amazing.
the whole team would come in and visit, and the meetings were again in the hospital. And I actually joined CPK just as we came out of the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been a journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's been the last 24 months,
Yeah.
right?
No, she's 20 months old, so 20 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you had a career change in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, but it was planned. It was
Good.
so and again, I'm still a part of Earl on VDC and on their board, and very supportive, and CPK has always been a brand that I've loved and admired around the world and wanted to be a part of. And so, I may have this may be my last job in the industry, and maybe one more, we'll see. But I think this might be my last one.
We hear that from some people. They're like, I keep getting pulled back in.
Yes.
So I have a feeling you'll
I'll
be one of
probably
those.
sit on some boards, but what I aspire to be my like peak job in the industry
Yes.
is to be Maddie's YMCA coach.
Okay.
Right, that's
Love
present.
it.
Being able to be present and
Yes.
saying I want to help her grow.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Well, we're so grateful to have you on the Prosper Brief. Thank you for taking time,
Thank you.
and we are so grateful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in. Michael Beacham's journey and lessons on leading with heart are truly inspiring. If you were inspired, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and join us next time for more impactful conversations.